in mid-April 2024, you might have seen these headlines and then see this and think finally 4-day work week finally coming. Hey, watch on and don't be confused cause you're actually kind of right and also kind of wrong So before anything you need to know about FWA also known as Flexible Working Arrangements. I've made a full video about FWA so you can watch it after you are done with this. Basically, the working hours of 8 to 5 daily are like Facebook It exists but it's for dinosaurs. Nowadays more companies are moving towards the flexible working arrangements, especially for employees with caregiving responsibilities. You see, long time ago bosses might not believe that you can create the same output when you work at home or work on different hours. But after 2 to 3 years of changes in our working hours and working locations during the pandemic, it has been proven that we can produce similar, if not even better output than the prescribed 8 to 5 working hours in the office. So that means the world has changed and people are no longer heading to the office during office hours. Although I really doubt that. I want the gems still there. But you get the idea. The pandemic has disrupted when we work, where we work, and how we work, and making things more efficient. For example, it's now almost a norm for many companies to have at least one work from home day per week. So it's effectively a 4-day work week since I usually just sleep throughout the work from home. Just me. So what happened is that from December 2024 onwards, employees can formally request for flexible working arrangements, and employers either have to fairly consider. You see, currently everything is a bit messy if a company already has FWA. For example, Gong Bilang was 2 days in the office, then Dan Ziwei was half day in the office daily. Then the next week, Gong Bilang was half day in the office, and Dan Ziwei suddenly forever work from home. From December 2024, a new guideline will be imposed. Instead of everything just by verbal agreement or by the contract, or worse. 3 people scissors paper stone to see next week who can work from home on Friday. Everything will be more formal. You see, to put it simply, employers can write a formal request for flexible working arrangements, which must include this date of request, duration, reasons, type of FWA, and the duration of FWA. And for example, you can write this: I would like to request to change my daily working hours from Monday to Friday, 8 AM to 5 PM, to Monday to Friday, 12 PM to 9 PM, so that I can take care of my sick parents in the morning, as my husband will take care of them in the afternoon. I request for this arrangement to begin on 1st January 2025 and end on 31st December 2025. Now, this example is to change the working hours, but there are many types of FWA. There are requests to maybe work from home every Wednesday, a request to take 4 hours off on one weekday, and others. Now, heck, you can even request for a 4-day work week, which is why you are seeing headlines like this. Because technically, if it's approved, you can really have a 4-day work week. Which leads to the next question: what are the reasons you can give? Here's the thing: you can give any reason if you dare to write. You see, you can say that you prefer 4 days because you want to sleep in on a Friday. Now you might think, like that confirm will be rejected one no. You see, of course the employer can reject, but their decisions must be based on whether you affect the business or whether you affect the employee's performance. So technically, if you can still provide the same output, why not, right? Of course, it's mentioned that the employee must request which leads to the next question: what if the employer refuses? Now, if the employer keep on refusing without valid reasons or with weird reasons, like they just want to see employees in the office, they can be issued a warning letter from MOM or be sent to a workshop. But there's an intangible consequence: market forces. See, if many companies consider FWA requests fairly and your company doesn't, people will want to work with your company. So you get the idea. Now, this might seem groundbreaking, and it is because it's FWA has been informally implemented and now it has somehow become more formal. You can watch this video to know more about FWA and also subscribe to us if you think you have become smarter.